Students, let's start our today's class. So today we will discuss some practical problems on intersection or union of sets. Understood? So today we will discuss the practical problems on intersection and union of the sets. So see, if A and B, if A and B are two finite sets, if A and B are two finite sets, finite, what are the finite sets? A set in which the number of elements are countable is known as finite set. Understood? A set in which number of elements are finite is known as finite sets. So if A and B are two finite set, then there is an identity, there is a formula for finding the number of elements in A union B. Here I have written n bracket A union B. So this stands for, small n stands for number of elements. Are you getting this? Small n stands for number of elements in A union B. So its identity will be number of elements in A union B equal to number of elements in set A plus number of elements in set B minus number of elements in A intersection B. Got it? This is a formula, so you have to keep in your mind. Okay, if A and B are two finite set, then we can find out the number of elements present in A union B. This is equal to number of elements in set A plus number of elements in set B minus number of elements in set A intersection B. Got it? Here n, small n stands for number of elements. Got it? Okay. Now, if A and B are two disjoint set, But disjoint sets, do you know what is the meaning of disjoint sets? Okay, I am telling you. Two sets are said to be disjoint. Two sets are said to be disjoint set if the intersection of both the sets is a null set. Understood? Are you getting this point? Two sets are said to be disjoint set if the intersection of these sets is an empty set. What is the meaning of this? Intersection means common element. Are you getting? So if the intersection of any two sets having no element means nothing is common in both the sets. If nothing is common in both the sets, that means they are known as disjoint sets. So okay, so if A and B are disjoint set, that means implies that intersection of A union B is what? That is an empty set. Nothing is common, and empty set is denoted as phi. We all know that. So if A and B are disjoint sets, so A intersection B is equal to phi. Okay, so you know that number of elements in A intersection B. As we know that A intersection B is a null set, or if it is a null set, that means there is no element present in A intersection B. So here n A intersection B is equal to how much? That is 0. There is no element present in A intersection B. So if we put this value in this formula, so what we will get? We will get, implies that number of elements in A union B is equal to number of elements in A plus number of elements in B, or minus number of elements A intersection B is how much? 0. So minus 0 means Nothing. So only this is the formula for disjoint sets. Got it? Number of elements in A union B is equal to NA plus NB. This formula we will use when A and B are disjoint sets. Or if A and B are not disjoint, then we will use this formula. So again I am telling you the formula. We will revise the formula. Number of elements in A union B is equal to number of elements in A plus number of elements in B set minus number of elements in A intersection B. Or if A and B are disjoint sets are those sets in which no element is common. Means A intersection B is 5. So number of elements in A intersection B set is 0. So the formula will be number of elements in A union B is equal to number of elements in A plus number of elements in B. Got it? Hope you are understanding it. Okay, by using these formulae, we will solve the next exercise number 1.6. So let's start that exercise. So hope it is clear to everyone. Okay students, let's start the very first question of exercise 1.6. The question is, if X and Y are two sets such that number of elements in X equal to 7, number of elements in Y equals to 23 and number of elements in X union Y equals to 28, find number of elements in X intersection Y. Simple question. We will use the identity. Which identity? See, we know that the identity is number of elements in X union Y is equal to number of elements in X plus number of elements in Y minus number of elements in X intersection Y. In place of A and B there are X and Y. Understood? The name of set can be different. We can use AB, XY, MN, PQ, whatever. So here XY is there. So identity will be number of elements in X union Y equal to number of elements in X plus number of elements in Y minus number of elements in X intersection Y. Now whatever is given we have to put here. And X union Y. Number of elements in X union Y is how much? 28. So we can substitute here. Equal to number of elements in X. Number of elements in X is given, that is 17. Plus number of elements in Y, 23. Minus number of elements in X intersection Y, we have to find. So it will remain same. And X intersection Y. Now see, 28 will remain same. 17 plus 23, that is 40. Minus number of elements in X intersection Y. Now this 40 can be shifted this side, so we can subtract it. 28 minus 40 is equal to, what is left here? Minus n X intersection Y. Now we will subtract 40 from 28. What is left? Minus 12 equal to minus n of X intersection Y. Now this minus and this minus both can be cancelled. Hence we can say that number of elements in X intersection Y is equal to 12. So this is our answer. Hope it is clear to everyone. Very simple question is this. Yes, good. Friends, our next question is, in a group of 400 people, 250 can speak Hindi and 200 can speak English. How many people can speak both Hindi and English? So students, in these types of problems, we have to remember two things. 2 points you have to remember always. One word is or and another word is and. There are two words. Whenever or will be there, that means union. If wherever or will be there, that means we will use union. Union, the symbol of union you know, like this. Or if and is there, that means we will use intersection. What we will use? intersection, and its symbol is this. Got it? Why I am telling this? Read this. How many people can speak both Hindi and English? So what I am going to say, there is a group of 400 people, and out of these 400, some can speak in Hindi or some can speak English. So there are two groups, one group for Hindi or one group for English. So first of all, we will consider, let A is a set, let A is a set of people speak Hindi. I considered here A is a set of people speak Hindi, and B is a set of people speak English. Got it? So first of all, we will categorize the people who can speak English or who can speak Hindi. So we will consider two sets A and B, which represents the set of people speak Hindi or speak English. Got it? Now see, these 400 people in a group, they can speak at least one language or not? Am I right? They can speak at least one language, either Hindi or English. Are you getting this point? Either Hindi or English. So or means union. Understood? Again I am telling, in that group there are how many people? 400. So these 400 people can speak at least one language, either Hindi or English. So what word is used here? Or. If or is this, that means number of elements in A union B is equal to 400. The group of people 400. So it will be, it will represent it as number of elements in A union B. Understood? Now 250 can speak Hindi. 250 people can speak Hindi, and the set of people speak Hindi is represented by A. That means number of elements in A, the set of people speak Hindi is represented as A, and the number of people can speak Hindi is 250. That means an A is equal to 250. Similarly, 200 can speak English. So the set of people can speak English is represented as B. So number of elements in B is equal to how much? 200. Now question is saying how many people can speak both Hindi and English. And if and is here, then we will use intersection. So we have to find out number of people who can speak Hindi and English. So Hindi is represented by A, and is represented by intersection, English is represented by B. Means we have to find out number of elements in A intersection B. Got it? After doing this, we will use the property. We have the formula. What? N A union B is equal to number of elements in A plus number of elements in B minus number of elements in A intersection B. Got it? Now A union B 400 is equal to NA 250 or plus NB 200 minus N A intersection B. We will have to find, but at 250 plus 200 is 450. So this 450 will be subtracted from 400. So 400 minus 450 equal to minus N A intersection B. Now this is minus 50 is equal to minus N A intersection B. Minus cancel. So number of elements in A intersection B is equal to 50. So there are 50 people who can speak both Hindi and English. Understood? Hope it is clear to everyone. Yes. Students, Now the next question is, in a committee, 50 people speak French, 20 speak Spanish, and 10 speak both Spanish and French. How many speak at least one of these two languages? Understood? There is a committee. In that committee, 50 people speak French, 20 speak Spanish, 10 speak both. So first of all, we will have to consider two sets. Let A is a set of people speak French. A is a set of people speak French, and B is a set of people speak what? Spanish. Clear? Now what is given in the question? 50 people speak French. So the set of people speak French is represented as A. So number of elements in A is how much? That is 50. 20 speak Spanish. So the set of people speak Spanish is represented as B. So the number of elements in set B is how much? 20. Now 10 speak both Spanish and French. Spanish and, the word and. Whenever and will come, we will use intersection. Understood? So this point you have to keep in your mind. And means intersection or means union. So 10 speak both Spanish and French. So Spanish and French. So French is represented as A, and means intersection. Spanish means B. So number of elements present in A intersection B is 10. Now what we have to find? How many speak at least one of these two languages? How many speak at least one of these two languages? At least means either French or Spanish. At least means we have to find the number of people who can speak either French or Spanish, or the word or means intersection. So either French or means union, Spanish means B. Means we have to find out the number of elements present in A union B. Got it? Now we know the identity. We have the formula n of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. Substitute all the values here. A union B, we have to find out. And A, number of elements in A, that is 50. Plus n B, number of elements in B, that is 20. Minus n A intersection B, that is 10. Now n A union B equal to 50 plus 20, 70 minus 10, that is 60. So there are 60 people who can speak at least one of these two languages. So at last we have to write, hence 60 people speak at least one of these two languages. Got it? Hope it is clear to everyone. Okay. Now the remaining sum of this exercise are same as these. Understood? So you can try at home. Got it? All the sums are very simple and easy. You can solve. Got it? Okay. So now I am going to wind up this video. Here the very first chapter is closed. In our next video I will discuss another new topic, a new chapter. So till that time, stay at home and be safe. Thank you.